Imagine commanding an aircraft carrier worth billions of dollars while dozens of incoming missiles race toward your fleet at nearly the speed of sound. Who stands between those deadly missiles and the fleet? In most cases, the answer is the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer. This remarkable warship is designed to defend entire fleets against aircraft, cruise missiles, ballistic missiles, submarines, and surface threats simultaneously. Although destroyers appear relatively small beside aircraft carriers, their technology makes them some of the most capable combat ships ever constructed. Behind its clean, angular profile lies one of the most sophisticated naval combat systems ever deployed anywhere in the world. Today, these destroyers operate across nearly every major ocean, protecting allies, escorting carriers, and responding to emerging global threats. But how can a single destroyer protect an entire fleet against threats arriving from the air, the sea, and beneath the ocean? In this episode, we'll explore the engineering, technology, and tactics that make the Arleigh Burke one of history's greatest naval warships. To understand the Arleigh Burke, we must return to the final years of the Cold War, when naval warfare was rapidly evolving. The U.S. Navy faced a growing challenge from increasingly capable Soviet aircraft, submarines, and long-range anti-ship missiles. Existing destroyers no longer offered the survivability and combat capability required for the threats that were rapidly emerging. Engineers designed the new vessel around one central objective: survive modern combat while defeating multiple threats at the same time. The first Arleigh Burke entered service in the early 1990s, introducing a new standard for guided missile destroyers. Rather than remaining unchanged, the class has continuously evolved through multiple production flights, each adding important new capabilities. Its appearance may seem familiar, but beneath the deck lies an engineering masterpiece built to dominate modern naval warfare. At first glance, the Arleigh Burke appears like a conventional warship, but nearly every exterior surface serves a tactical purpose. Its sharply angled superstructure was carefully engineered to reduce radar reflections, making the destroyer significantly more difficult to detect than older designs. Beneath the steel hull, engineers prioritize survivability by dividing critical systems into protected compartments capable of withstanding severe battle damage. Even after sustaining damage, the ship is designed to continue fighting through extensive redundancy built into nearly every essential system. Power comes from 4 General Electric LM2500 gas turbines, generating extraordinary speed while delivering the reliability. Together, these powerful engines propel the destroyer beyond 30 knots, allowing rapid responses across enormous distances at sea. Long-range endurance enables these destroyers to escort carrier strike groups for extended deployments across multiple oceans without sacrificing combat readiness. A powerful hull and reliable propulsion mean little without intelligent combat systems, and that is where the Aegis revolution begins. The true brain of the Arleigh Burke is the Aegis Combat System, one of the most sophisticated naval battle management systems ever created. Rather than acting as a single radar, Aegis integrates every available sensor into one constantly updated picture of the battle space. Its primary sensor is the SPY radar, capable of searching enormous volumes of airspace while continuously tracking hundreds of potential threats. Unlike rotating radar antennas, the SPY system electronically steers its beams almost instantaneously without moving mechanical parts. Every detected object is automatically classified, prioritized, and monitored as the tactical picture evolves from second to second. Combat operators inside the information center receive recommendations instantly, allowing critical engagement decisions to be made within seconds. Through cooperative engagement capability, one destroyer can launch defensive missiles using targeting information collected by another platform entirely. But detecting threats is only half the battle. The destroyer's true striking power comes from the missile cells hidden beneath its deck. Hidden beneath the destroyer's deck are the MK 41 vertical launch systems, the heart of its extraordinary firepower. Unlike traditional launchers, each vertical cell can accommodate different missile types, giving commanders exceptional tactical flexibility during combat. For long-range fleet air defense, the destroyer relies heavily on the Standard Missile 2, commonly known as the SM-2. Against ballistic missile threats, specialized variants such as the SM-3 extend defensive reach far beyond the atmosphere itself. The versatile SM-6 combines long-range interception with the ability to engage aircraft, cruise missiles, and selected surface targets. When striking distant land targets becomes necessary, Tomahawk cruise missiles provide precision attack capability across hundreds of miles. Even underwater threats are addressed through the vertical launch system using rocket-assisted anti-submarine weapons known as ASROC. Powerful missiles mean little without accurate timing. Next, we'll examine how destroyers detect and defeat incoming attacks before they reach the fleet. A missile traveling faster than sound leaves only seconds to react, making early detection the most critical step in fleet defense. The SPY radar constantly scans hundreds of miles of airspace, searching for aircraft, cruise missiles, and ballistic threats simultaneously. Once a hostile missile is identified, the combat system immediately predicts its flight path and determines whether interception is required. Within seconds, the Aegis Combat System recommends the most effective interceptor based on distance, speed, and the nature of the threat. An interceptor erupts vertically from the destroyer before rapidly turning toward its target under continuous radar guidance. Modern fleet defense relies upon multiple defensive layers, ensuring another opportunity exists if the first interception attempt should fail. Every successful interception protects not only the destroyer itself, but every ship operating within the carrier strike group's defensive umbrella. Air defense is only one mission. Beneath the waves, another silent battle demands equally advanced technology and relentless vigilance. The ocean may appear empty from above, but beneath the surface lies one of the most challenging battlefields in modern warfare. To detect hidden submarines, the Arleigh Burke combines powerful sonar systems with aircraft, weapons, and an integrated network of maritime sensors. The ship's hull-mounted sonar continuously sends acoustic energy into the surrounding water while listening for returning echoes from underwater objects. For even greater sensitivity, the destroyer deploys a long towed array that trails quietly behind the ship beneath the surface. When additional coverage is needed, the destroyer launches an MH-60R Seahawk helicopter carrying advanced dipping sonar and lightweight torpedoes. Working together, the helicopter and destroyer search enormous ocean areas far more effectively than either platform could alone. The destroyer also shares information continuously with P-8 Poseidon aircraft, creating an integrated anti-submarine warfare team across vast distances. Finding a submarine is only the beginning. Destroying one requires precision weapons, disciplined coordination, and flawless execution. While destroyers are famous for defending fleets, they are equally capable of hunting and defeating hostile surface warships across vast distances. Surface engagements begin long before visual contact, relying on radar, satellites, patrol aircraft, and shared intelligence to locate enemy ships. Once a target is confirmed, commanders evaluate range, speed, formation, and potential threats before selecting the appropriate weapon. Depending on the mission, the destroyer can engage hostile vessels using long-range missiles launched directly from its vertical launch system. Modern naval missiles fly only a few meters above the sea, minimizing radar exposure until the final moments before impact. Should an enemy vessel survive the initial strike, additional coordinated attacks can be launched within moments using the destroyer's extensive missile inventory. If threats approach at close range, the destroyer's 5-inch naval gun provides rapid, accurate fire against surface targets and coastal positions. Powerful weapons alone cannot win wars. Behind every successful mission stands a highly trained crew operating around the clock. Every Arleigh Burke destroyer is powered not only by advanced technology, but by a crew trained to operate under constant pressure. A typical destroyer carries more than 300 sailors, each responsible for specialized duties essential to the ship's survival. Inside the Combat Information Center, operators continuously monitor radar, sonar, and intelligence feeds 24 hours a day. Above them, officers on the bridge navigate the ship while coordinating formation movements with the entire carrier strike group. Deep below deck, engineering teams maintain the gas turbines, electrical systems, and propulsion equipment that keep the destroyer moving. Damage control teams train relentlessly because a ship at sea must often survive using only the people already on board. Long deployments demand discipline, teamwork, and endurance, transforming hundreds of individuals into one highly coordinated fighting organization. An individual destroyer is formidable, but its greatest strength emerges when operating alongside an entire carrier strike group. Although impressive on its own, the Arleigh Burke achieves its greatest effectiveness when operating as part of a carrier strike group. Every ship inside the formation performs a specialized mission, creating a layered defense that protects the carrier from threats in every direction. Arleigh Burke destroyers usually operate on the outer defensive perimeter, searching continuously for missiles, aircraft, and submarines long before they threaten the fleet. The destroyers exchange information constantly, allowing every commander to view the same rapidly evolving tactical picture in real time. If one destroyer detects an incoming threat, every ship in the formation immediately receives the same critical information. This shared awareness allows the fleet to coordinate defensive actions within seconds, dramatically increasing the probability of defeating complex attacks. Carrier strike groups represent one of the most sophisticated examples of multinational naval integration ever developed in modern military history. Even after more than 3 decades of service, the Arleigh Burke continues evolving to meet tomorrow's increasingly complex maritime threats. Since entering service in 1981, the Arleigh Burke has continuously evolved instead of being replaced by an entirely new design. Each production flight introduced meaningful improvements in sensors, computing power, survivability, and mission flexibility without abandoning the proven hull design. The latest Flight 3 destroyers introduced the powerful SPY-6 radar, dramatically increasing detection range, sensitivity, and ballistic missile. More powerful computers now process vastly greater amounts of tactical information, helping commanders react even faster during high-intensity naval combat. Future software upgrades will continue improving performance without requiring entirely new warships, extending operational relevance for decades. Emerging technologies, including artificial intelligence and autonomous systems, are expected to enhance future decision-making without replacing experienced human operators. Despite rapid advances in military technology, the Arleigh Burke remains one of the most trusted and versatile destroyer classes ever constructed. Its future appears secure, but its greatest importance lies in the strategic role it plays across today's increasingly contested oceans. Few warships have influenced modern naval strategy as profoundly as the Arleigh Burke-class destroyer over the past 3 decades. Whether deterring conflict or responding to crises, these destroyers provide commanders with remarkable flexibility across an exceptionally broad range of missions. Its combination of firepower, endurance, and advanced sensors allows a single destroyer to influence events across an enormous maritime battlespace. The destroyer also strengthens alliances by integrating seamlessly with allied navies during multinational operations around the world. As geopolitical competition intensifies across the world's oceans, demand for versatile destroyers continues to grow rather than diminish. Few naval platforms combine defensive protection, offensive reach, and operational endurance with such remarkable balance and adaptability. For many naval strategists, the Arleigh Burke remains the benchmark against which modern guided missile destroyers are measured. Its story is still being written, but its legacy is already firmly established within the history of modern naval warfare. The Arleigh Burke is far more than a guided missile destroyer. It is a symbol of how technology, strategy, and disciplined crews combine to. For more than 3 decades, these ships have defended aircraft carriers, protected allies, and maintained stability across some of the world's most contested waters. As maritime competition continues to evolve, the Arleigh Burke remains one of the most capable and adaptable warships serving anywhere on Earth today. Thank you for watching The Debrief Room. Subscribe for more in-depth military documentaries exploring the technology, strategy, and history behind today's most important defense systems.